In our continuing coverage of a controversial emergency evacuation plan in the Springs, which got a lot of pushback from neighbors upset about that proposal today.
After hours of testimony, City Council voted unanimously in favor of moving the plan forward before a final vote in 2 weeks. News 5's Natalie Chuck was there for the vote. She's joining us now live in the studio, breaking down that proposal for us. Natalie.
Diane and Rob, nothing is set in stone yet. City Council has to vote again at the next meeting before the plan becomes law. And some community members are hoping that council will consider changing their minds within the next 2 weeks.
Nothing is perfect. There is no perfect here.
After hours of presentations and conversations.
I'm struggling. I'm just sharing with you what's going on for me right now. It's been a long day. Got another public safety issue to deal with.
Although some showed hesitation, Colorado Springs City Council ultimately voted 9-0 in an initial reading to move forward with an emergency evacuation plan that has lit a fire in some neighbors' hearts who say it does not do enough.
For 88,000 people, right? So the odds that there's going to be police in every corner helping everybody, it's just not realistic.
The plan breaks Colorado Springs into smaller evacuation zones with a goal of making evacuations run more smoothly. Despite being inundated with emails from people voicing their disapproval, Mayor John Suthers acknowledged his support of the evacuation plan in front of council for the first time.
The nature and extent of the event will dictate how the plan is actually executed. You simply cannot tell people in advance the precise route to evacuate because that could result in unnecessary loss of life.
Those opposed say the plan does not account for the rapid growth happening in Colorado Springs and fear traffic during an emergency could be deadly. Many of them living in areas which were evacuated 10 years ago during the Waldo Canyon fire. One man sharing his story about his wife trying to get out of their neighborhood that day.
The wave of flame that was coming down through that area, which is now a new development project on Centennial, just scared her to death. And that she was at a point where she was going to evacuate the car and run for it.
Others argued the people who were against the plan just do not want to see more developments popping up in their secluded areas, since the alternate plan they proposed asks for any new developments to be evaluated for its impact on evacuations.
If you enact an ordinance that effectively gives me the ability to stop private property owners and developers from building more affordable housing on Cresta, on the theory that it could slow me down getting out of my upscale neighborhood, then I would suggest that you be prepared to buy this private property.
And City Council will have its final vote on the evacuation plan 2 weeks from now.